أهلا بكم في جولات ميكو. اليوم جولتنا لسه مستمرة في كاليفورنيا، بس نجمة الحلقة النهاردة هي نجمة حياتنا الشمس، موارد الحياة والطاقة، وغير الفوائد اللي بتقدمها لنا التصوير من غير ضوء شبه مستحيل. هنشوف تأثيرها في مراوح توليد الطاقة ومعرض زجاج براندي، وأخيرا في جلسة تصوير في بيفرلي هيلز. اهلا بيكم في جولات ميكو. جولات ميكو جولتنا النهارده في طواحين الهواء. جولتنا النهارده بتتكلم عن طواحين الهواء الالكترونيه اللي هي بتشتغل. اقول لكم على حاجه، احنا النهارده في كاليفورنيا، في صحراء كاليفورنيا، فيما يعادل 21,000 طاحونه. معانا براندي المسؤول عنهم، هنكلمه هنعرف منه عن الموضوع وليه هنا وبيعمل ايه. هلو براندي.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Very good. How are
Good
you?
to meet you. Thank you for your time before. How are you?
Very good. It's a beautiful day at the wind farm.
You know, marvelous. I'm just worried about the wind because there is a lot of wind, but I realize it's a windmill place.
That's why we're here. The San Gorgonio Pass area, which is what this is, it is one of the windiest spots in the country.
This?
Yes, just this pass area. And so we get very
the whole
consistent
of the
winds.
US or just
Well,
in California?
Both California and in the US, you know, but it's a very concentrated area, just a very small area, but it's one of the windiest.
Okay, so I've seen windmill here, I've seen windmill there, but I've seen them different. I've seen one with the white stand, the normal one, but here in the States I've seen something different, which is look like Eiffel Tower. What's the difference between this one and the one right there?
Well, the difference is age. The Eiffel Towers are all old because they discovered some faults in them, and so they don't really build them that much anymore. The white tubular towers, the wind just goes around and it works much better. But the machines we have out here on this property are made by General Electric, and they're 1.5 megawatts output. Now, 1.5 megawatts is equal to 1,500 kilowatts, and that will power about 500 average American homes. The largest wind turbines we have are made by Vestas, a Danish company. They're 3 megawatts or 3,000 kilowatts, and they'll power about 1,000 US homes.
Oh. So windmills, we would say to the wood one, to the Amsterdam style one, which is used to like grate corn and do so many things.
Yes.
What's the difference between this one and this one?
Well, of course, these make electricity, and they do it strictly with the power of wind. Nothing else makes them go but the wind, and so as they do that, they're making electricity with free power.
Wow. So this is basically now we're getting natural resources.
Yes.
From the sun for the solar panels and from the wind for the wind turbine.
And our wind is actually sun generated because the wind is a result in many cases of all the heat we have here in the desert, and it gets pushed up into the pass and it sucks in cooler air from the west. And so it's because the air was heated up that we have the wind. We're only the third largest wind park in California.
I want to know how they generate electricity. Is it just as simple as?
Well, it's pretty interesting. We have a fuel that never changes in price. Fuel is always the same. It's always free.
Yes.
Because that's all that makes these wind turbines go is the wind. And the modern machines have variable pitch blades. And the blade is going to stay where the wind's only going to hit them here until they get enough wind, which is normally 8 to 10 miles an hour. Then they're going to turn the blades. Now they're kind of like an aircraft wing. They're designed to create lift. and that starts pushing the blades around, and that turns a shaft. And that shaft goes into a gearbox right inside the nacelle, that big enclosure up on top. And inside that gearbox, there's really incredible gear ratio changes happening. And another shaft comes out the backside, and that spins the generator.
Okay.
So we're taking the free power of wind, we're turning it into mechanical power, and then we're turning that into electrical power.
Amazing.
And we're not polluting anything around us or below us.
When was this created?
This was created in the early 80s, early 1980s.
So this is not to damage our environment. This is a great way of helping our globe to be a better place.
Absolutely, because as you produce that electricity, you're not doing anything to pollute anything.
That's it. It's
And we save water.
Yeah,
And I imagine that's something that you guys have to worry about. We have to worry about it, because most electrical generation uses water, but not wind or solar.
If all of this electricity is generated in the future, maybe we won't need any fuel, because now with all the cars, most cars now, they can be operated by electric cars like Tesla,
right,
which is made here.
Between wind power, solar power, and batteries, we could power the world.
We could power the world. No fuel, no coal, no burning, nothing.
Yes.
Come on, people, come on, listen to him. He's saying the right thing. Brandy, I swear to God, it was an honor. Thank you so much. I hope it starts from here, from the windmill tours here at this beautiful place, to go to the rest of the world, globalize it, born global, globalize it, make it everywhere. Be good to the nature. I love nature, and that's the reason I'm here, honestly. And thank you so much for this. I'll go and take a few pictures, and I know they look amazing in the sunset, but I cannot stay here till the sunset. Yeah. Brandy, thank you again.
Thank you.
I'll see you again.
All right.
يلا بينا نروح ونشوف معرض زجاج براندي. اهلا بيكم في راندي لاند واللي هو صممها مستر راندلت كينج لورنس، وهو ده اسم الراجل صاحب المشروع الجميل ده اللي ورا مننا. والنهارده احنا عنده في مكان في البيت عشان نكتشف السر ما بين الميه والازاز والشمس. ولمحبين الفن، لمحبين الزجاج، لمحبين الشمس، لمحبين الطبيعة، أهلا بكم في أرض راندي، واللي هو صممها بنفسه بإيده على مدار 18 سنة. Randy, how are you?
Welcome. I'm honored, and I say welcome, welcome, welcome to you and your crew, and to everyone we're speaking to.
Please don't say this because I might like it and stay. Because it's so lovely here.
Oh yes. Well, you wouldn't be the first one to say that.
My goodness, I bet. Randy, what's the inspiration?
The inspiration is, as any creative or artistically inclined person such as yourself knows, the burning desire is to create something new and beautiful in the world.
Amazing.
And one day, I was standing at my kitchen window, and I had one of those blue teardrop-shaped bottles on my windowsill. And I was looking north, and I saw a giant cumulus cloud, 60,000 feet tall, 10 times as high as the mountains it was above. Then I looked down and I saw a blazing light inside that bottle. I put my glasses on, I looked down, and there was that 60,000-foot cumulus cloud shrunken to 3 inches high and upside down inside. Wow. And that blazing light was the sun itself. And I realized I could make mosaics out of 1,000 shining suns.
Unbelievable.
And that started my journey.
the effects of your sun throughout the day on your bottles?
Well, the fact that there are bottles, people think that this is, the medium is that it's a bottle sculpture, and that's fair enough. But in fact, it's only because the bottles are teardrop shaped and they're full of water. If they weren't teardrop shaped and full of water, the array of light going into your eyes would be totally dissimilar. When they're teardrop shaped, they become not ones, but two lenses.
Okay.
The fat part becomes a convex lens, which projects the image of the outside world onto your eyes upside down. And then the skinny part is slightly concave, and so it also captures the horizon, but doesn't turn it upside down, it just turns it on its vertical axis. Okay. And the consequence of that is the sun appears every day in every one of those and then slowly splits into two, and one goes up and one goes down as the sun traverses the sky. People will discourage you, you know, in all sorts of ways. So you have to have the courage of your convictions, and the courage comes from the joy.
You know what I see when I look at this structure, yeah?
Yeah.
I see hard work, I see a lot of creativity, I see a lot of love, art, and I see a lot of selflessness.
Well, selflessness might be going a little too far.
Why? Because this is not just for you to enjoy.
Right.
It's for everybody. So you did all of this by your own hand and hard work, not just for you, not for other people to enjoy the view too.
That's true, but it gives me pleasure too. That's the key. This is not martyrdom. This is every step of the way has been fun and beautiful and rewarding for me too. Not just the building of it, the constant creativity, the discovery, the thrill, and then the sharing. It's all been a very rewarding for me too. So, you know, I ain't no Mother Teresa, but I do believe in sharing the love.
احلى حاجه ان الموضوع متعلق جدا 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 بالصور، لان لما بتيجي تاخد صوره هنا، لو خدت صوره الساعه 10 غير لما تاخد صوره الساعه 7، ولو خدت صوره الساعه 8 ما تاخدش صوره الساعه 9، ولو خدت صوره من تحت غير لما تاخد صوره من فوق، وما تاخد صوره من الجنب غير لما تاخد صوره من الجنب التاني. يعني كل زاويه وكل وقت وكل مكان بيغير الصوره والزمان. Did you make this all yourself?
Every single thing is done completely by myself, and not because I was determined to do it all by myself. I was the only one available, you know. And so the structure I created it in such a way that I could build it by myself, and that it would support me as it got taller. It's a series of spring-loaded lengths of 20-foot steel, soft steel that we call rebar, reinforcing bar. It usually goes into concrete. But when you spring load it, put it under tension, it becomes much stronger and it can carry a tremendous amount of weight. And then when you interconnect a whole series of spring-loaded arches, it becomes a giant steel spider web.
In the Holy Quran, in our holy book, it says like this, literally like this: if you bring any light, put it into a sphere glass shape.
What?
I swear to God, this is 14.
Oh, now I'm getting my chills.
40, like 1,400 years ago, they said like this in the book: if you put any light through something like this, it will expand the light. It will make the light even more.
I wanted to add that you can take this medium of a mosaic of lenses and add more visual interest and a whole new dimension by taking several lenses and putting them in the foreground and then shooting through them. And then when you do that, you get this.
Wow.
Do you see this?
Wow.
This you're seeing directly in the background, but you're seeing this is also that.
Oh.
And that. And see how the sky is on the bottom? And this is just one snapshot, one moment.
نسيب الحرفية والشغف ونروح في أشهر وأرقى مناطق هوليوود والعالم، بيفرلي هيلز وجلسة تصوير. احنا النهارده في بيفرلي هيلز بالتحديد جايين علشان نقابل بيوتي بلوجر، واللي هي واحدة بتكتب مقالات عن التجميل وعن الشعر وعن الستايل وعن الموضة. هي موجودة هنا في لوس أنجلوس في كاليفورنيا، وجايين نصورها في بيفرلي هيلز، وهو هيبقى أول تصوير جلسة تصويرية ليا مع حد في البرنامج.
Hi, my name is Ami Desai and I am a beauty blogger. I'm also a mom to 2 small children and I live in Manhattan Beach, California, so I am the quintessential California girl.
النهارده جه الوقت ان انا يبقى عندي تحدي كبير، وان هو ان انا اول مره هصور موديل، او هيبقى عندي موديل، او هيبقى عندي شخص بصوره، ومحتاج يبقى جلسه مش بس صوره، انها جلسه تصويريه.
So being that I am a modern mom influencer, I like to have my hand in a lot of different hats. So I not only do fashion, lifestyle, but I also do cooking and education stuff, anything that's going to be relatable for a woman that is just like me. So I like to do it all.
اما بتكون بتصور في مكان، المكان قدامك ثابت ما بيتحركش، انت تقدر تتحرك، المكان ما بيتحركش، ما عندكش مشكلة كتير. بس اما تكون بتصور حد ببقى الموضوع مختلف، لان انا مش عايز اوقفهم كتير، وخصوصا ان الموضوع بالنسبه لي اول مره ومش في كنترول انفايرمنت، البيئه مش متحكم فيها، الشمس بتطلع وبتغيب، فكان الموضوع صعب ان انا لازم اثبت الالوان من مكان لمكان.
Biggest piece of advice for anybody that's trying to do the beauty blogging business or anything of that sort, I always tell them that it's the hardest thing to do is to just start. It's so intimidating because you're putting yourself out there, and it's scary because you are going to be judged by a lot of people. But honestly, if you don't start putting yourself out there and be consistent with it, you're never going to see the results that you want.
Now we have a depth. Just in the middle, yeah? Just in the middle of the road. في زوايا كتير كنت عايز اخدها، ما كنتش عارف اخدها لان كنت خايف النور بيروح، فكان نص بيطلع شمس ونص، لحد ما جينا وطلعنا الريفليكتور او اللي بيعكس ضوء الشمس، ان هو يخلي مثلا اماكن، يعني انا لو واقف هنا اهوت والشمس جايه من هنا، النص بتاع الوش ده ما فيهوش شمس، هيبقى ضلمه، فما بتجيب الريفليكتور بياخد من الشمس ويعكس الضوء. واول ما حطيت الريفليكتور الصور اتغيرت تماما، ابسولوتلي تماما. الصور اتغيرت من صور عاديه لصور محترفه، صور انا نفسي كنت بتفرج على الصور بقول دلوقتي الصوره شكلها بروفيشنال. دلوقتي حتى الصوره لو مش محترفه انا فخور بان انا طلعت صوره زي دي، لانها جايبه كل تفاصيلها. الصور والفيلم واي حاجه انتوا بتعملوها من غير نور ملهاش اي لازمه. النور هو المهم. النور لو مظبوط الافلام كلها بينقل الحركه وبينقل الاحساس وبينقل المود وبينقل المزاج كله من خلال الضوء، الصوت والضوء.
You're making me cry. I'm just kidding. I think when it comes to modeling, the most difficult part is that I am not a model. I am, first and foremost, I'm just a real girl that luckily gets to do what I love, which is beauty and lifestyle and everything in between. So sometimes beautiful designers and amazing people like you guys ask me to wear some beautiful clothes that I'm sure a lot of models get to wear, just so it makes it more approachable for the real girl if she ever wants to wear designer clothes.
انا كنت مختار اللبس ومختار المجوهرات والاكسسوارات ومختار كل حاجه هي لابساها النهارده، علشان عارف يعني دي حاجه كانت من الحاجات السهله، ان انت لما بتختار انت اللبس انت اوريدي عارف انت عايز تطلع ايه. فانا شفت الصوره من قبل ما اصورها.
I'm having a blast. Actually, today was something that I like to think was very serendipitous because it wasn't planned until last minute for me, myself. And so the fact that I was able to do this and be a part of it, I feel like the luckiest gal ever.
كل حاجة مختلفة عن التانية. لما بتكون بتصور مبنى، المبنى دايما ليه كام زاوية بيبقوا حلوين قوي. المبنى ممكن تاخده من تحت، ممكن تاخده من فوق شكله كويس، بس الستات لو خدتهم من العادي بتجيب لهم حته بيقول لك ايه انت عملت لي دقن تانية دبل تشين، فانت لازم تاخد بالك. مش كل الزوايا تنفع تاخدها، ممكن تيجي بتصورها من تحت يطلع في حاجات في مناخيرها ولا حاجه، يعني عاده يعني. فلازم تبقى تاخد بالك لان المودلز او الناس دول عامه بيبقوا مختلفين.
I will tell you, Mikos is amazing at directing people because he really wants to bring out your best self. So he always asks like, what are you comfortable in as far as the clothing, as you know, even direction from how we're imposing. So that coming from someone that's directing you is by far, I just felt like we're old friends. I would just like, I mean, honestly, the clothes I'm wearing, the hair and makeup, everything, I feel like a princess, a Bollywood princess, and I'm just so grateful. So I'm so happy.
كل يوم بصور في مكان مختلف، انا بعتبره حظ ان انا محظوظ ان انا كل يوم عندي حاجه مختلفه اصورها، شيء جميل جدا، وكل يوم تحدي جديد. واللي ما يعني الضربه اللي ما تموتكش تقويك. وميكو كمصور، انا ما كنتش بعترف بنفسي مصور قوي بس انا بحب التصوير. ميكو كمصور النهارده لا، انا الحمد لله شويه صغيرين عندي ثقه في نفسي ان انا اقدر اصور. واهم حاجه هقدر اقولها النهارده، اتمنى ان انا احط الصور، اتمنى الصور تكون عجبتكم.
This is always a scary part because you never know when you're being photographed like what the person that's actually photographing you wants it to end up like. So based off of what Miko showed me, I think it's going to be amazing, probably the prettiest I've ever seen myself. I'm going to be really excited to see them because I feel like he literally is, you know, going to embody what I just like. It's the Bollywood princess in a Hollywood land. So I'm so excited for that.